Nah, you gonna.
But he talking so much more already. Nigga gonna finish school, man.
All right, I think we good.
New link.
Yeah. Let me see. All right. I'm about to send you the link. I'm gonna post it on the ground. We about to post it on the ground. Let's get it all back together. We getting it back together. Click here. All right. We'll just do it on the ground, and we're gonna keep it moving. Yeah, man. This shit crazy.
I had a feeling that shit was gonna happen the way that fucking lightning.
Mm-hmm. Nigga wasn't expecting that. For real. All right.
You reposted it.
Yeah.
Did you tag me?
Hell no.
What you did? Fax cap or your page?
I did on Facts and Cap. You can probably screenshot it and put up the link.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
All right. Who all in here, man? Let's see what's going on, man. We're gonna let y'all get in here for a second. I'm gonna give y'all about 3-4 minutes and we're gonna get back to it. 3-4 minutes. Let me do this. Matter of fact. Go to the other one.
Bet I'm just gonna use this screenshot I did. Goddamn, put the link over top of.
Yeah, Jarrell just hopped in. Let me send it to some people.
Shit, if they follow us, they should already see that motherfucker on there.
Yeah, hold on, man. We about to get it started, man. Shit just happens. You know what I mean? Yo, what up, Mike? Man, goddamn, it's weather. The weather, I don't know what it's like over there. You know what I'm saying? But it was lightning and stuff, and it knocked out the power, man. Shit knocked out the power, and you know, shit got fucked up. But we back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We back. So Drake, game 2. We're gonna talk about that. We just finished talking about YBC doing these disrespectful ass kids. Now Drake game 2. Now
Drake clearly don't know. He just go to Toronto games.
Play out games. He don't know what a series or.
Let me explain to them what happened. So Drake, he been doing this 100 gigs. He been putting out music. Do what you do, putting out, unreleased footage over the years, things of that nature. I think we all are hip to what that is. He then, after he posted up some music and stuff last week, he then put up the 2004 Eastern Conference Finals, the Detroit Pistons versus Indiana Pacers. Rasheed Wallace and the Detroit Pistons lost game 1 at home. And where Rasheed Wallace guaranteed a game 2 victory over the Indiana Pacers, which they got, and then he went on to win the series and win the NBA Finals. So now people are saying that Drake is hinting that there's going to basically be a round 2. I think he's just saying game 2 because he wanted to troll with that footage. That's my personal opinion, or either he's just that lost. But many are asking this question first. If you won, would you be doing a round 2 or a game 2? And that means you lost, right? Isn't that you saying that you lost?
Yeah, he finally took his L.
By saying that he was doing game 2, right?
Yeah, he took his L.
Okay.
That was the most mature shit he did out of all this. Just took the L.
Took the L. So do you think that, to me, I feel like Drake is being entitled. Like he's acting like he's the only child. You can tell he probably ain't had no sister cousins, brother cousins, nothing like that. He just seemed like the entitled, spoiled child that's basically saying like, you can't leave the court until I get a win.
Unless Drake done did some digging and got some shit that's gonna, and I mean it's gonna have to be some groundbreaking shit, but
I don't think that there's
Kendrick
nothing.
ain't gonna say another word to that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's nothing he can do for Kendrick to pop back out. I think Kendrick is working on his album. He probably might throw Drake some shots on there, but I think like, as far as a battle back and forth like that shit's over with, bro. I think that shit took a toll on Kendrick. He looked like his social battery was done at the music video. So I think it's pretty much that's over with. I think when Kendrick said you had a lifelong war with yourself on that Meet the Grams.
Yeah.
This is what this is. He's internally not accepting that he took this L. And he's trying to somehow sway the public opinion back on his side because he's seeing that his career is taking a hit potentially. And I think this is the first time that he's ever struggled in his career where he didn't have any direction. He don't know what to do. That's why he putting out all this music, trying to see what sticks. And I think that he's trying to figure it out. And I think he bluffing. Other than subliminals, we ain't getting nothing else. He's not going to mention Kendrick's name. I think it's a bluff. In my personal opinion.
I think he might do something, but I just know Kendrick ain't responding.
Well, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. My thing is, if you lose again, what does that do for your career? Your career's over.
Nah, I don't think Drake.
So if Drake goes at Kendrick again, right? And let's say Kendrick pops out with the other 3 songs.
In hip hop or just music?
I think that his career, it's like career suicide. Like he's Ja Ruling himself. He's going to be respected as a legend. So if he loses the way that he just lost, now, mind you, Not Like Us is the biggest diss track ever. I ain't saying it's the best. It's the most successful diss track ever.
Yeah.
Imagine that happens again. After you done called him out again, talking about game 2, and you trolling, and you doing all this bullshit, and then you lose the battle again. You don't think that that's not going to kill his career?
Nah.
She.
Oh, yeah, he gonna have to. Well, he's gonna have to be to the pop scene though.
I mean, is he really even doing pop music like that now?
He been too focused on that shit. That's why he couldn't get no pop song for the summer.
Mike said, "I don't think his career taking no hit." Nigga, please.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When it comes to hip hop and all that shit, like it's gonna be a minute, but
if you come out here and lose again.
But the thing is, Drake got rid of all his friends.
That's what I'm saying.
So now, nigga,
he can't collab with nobody.
Who gonna write for you? 21.
He can't collab with nobody. We already seeing every other week that he copy and pasted niggas' rhymes. On top of that, you got exposed with Pusha T. You get fucked up with Kendrick. Then you call Kendrick out again, and I'm sure this time, if Kendrick was to go back and forth, which we're speaking hypothetically because I don't think Kendrick's saying shit, but let's just say Kendrick came. I think Kendrick's not taking it easy on him at all. Like, I think he's going worse.
He's going to put that one out that they told him, man, that's too much.
Yeah, I think he's going to put that out. And that's
going to leave me alone.
Bro, you can only lose so many rap battles, bro. Yeah. I don't care who you are, bro. I'm not saying that he won't have a successful career after that. I'm just saying, like, I don't think Drake can live with being a regular nigga, like a regular rapper. Like, his career is already stained to the fact that we're gonna mention him and Kendrick. He paired Kendrick Lamar with him by doing that beef. As much as it was already being paired, but like now it's kind of like when we talk about Drake in 20 years, we're gonna automatically think Kendrick Lamar. So if Kendrick was to do this to him again, it's kind of like, yo, you're clearly not the number one guy. Like, people could still argue who's number one. You see they doing streams and all that shit. He lose again. That's nasty work, man.
I'm hoping that Drake was just putting up some shit and ain't gonna put no music out towards it, nigga.
I just think he just needs to throw a couple subliminals and shit, but like just leave it alone for the most part. Like,
he might give you the song you wanted where he stayed focused on one nigga the whole time.
I don't think he is, because he's still talking about beefing with friends and shit on his records. Like,
oh, that shit hurt him though. That shit hurt him more than the Kendrick shit.
Because he probably ain't never, these people, see, that's the thing. People say like what he did for these people, but you got to understand what these people did for him. Like, Ross was the first person that made Drake able to rap like on some street shit. Him and Wayne. Like, I ain't never seen Drake rap on some street shit till I heard Stay Scheming. You know, like, and he did that standing behind Ross. And that was when he was beefing. Like, Future really did give him, like, street cred. Like, he really did. He gave him the swag. Like, he gave him the lingo and all that. Like, just him hanging with these people made Drake able to even push his lyrics even further, like, and adapt to the club, the street, shit like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now that he ain't got these people, and I think Drake, I'm gonna be honest with you, Drake come off to me like a nigga who didn't really have a lot of friends coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I'm saying like and I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm just saying like the way he always explained his life and then like acting and shit like that, he didn't seem like he really was like in real regular school and shit like that. So I heard people say that the people that he hang with now is people that he got after he was already in the industry. So I mean, I don't know how true that is, but
I mean, you can't bring everybody with you.
So if you ain't got that many friends, you probably is hurt when your industry friends do some industry shit. You know what I mean?
He said, I love all my friends.
Yeah, man.
Son, that shit. He meant that.
Yeah. What's good, Jarrell? We got Jarrell in the building. We got Mike in the building, man. Y'all get up in here, man. I'm sorry, man. We had a bad goddamn lightning. I guess that shit knocked the power out for a little second. But we back. We back. We rise. Get up! Feel me? God damn. So, all right. Plies. Matter of fact, shit. I just forgot something. Damn, I had all my stuff saved up too. God damn, that lightning going crazy.
Well, I thought that shit was about to go out again.
That shit was crazy. Hold on. Let me go to Twitter.
Transformer or some shit.
Man, this shit going crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you. Let me go to Plies. I had all the videos loaded up, but shit, when the power knocked my shit out, we had to do what we had to do. Plies, Charlemagne. Y'all give me 1 second. All right. Let me go to the screen share. All right. So, for whatever reason, Plies has been going heavy into politics lately. Have you been noticing that?
Yeah, but you know, Plies, whatever he really into, that nigga gonna speak on it.
So Plies says black people are holding Kamala Harris to standards basically that we're not holding Trump to. It says right here, oops, Plies calls out black men for constantly requesting that Vice President Kamala Harris explains herself to them. Y'all cool with the white man not explaining himself. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Just real quick, but to everybody who, especially the ones who look like me, and the men who look like me, who quick to, if Kamala want my vote, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black people. Listen, stop asking a motherfucking black woman to explain themselves to you, or explain themselves to y'all. If y'all ain't willing to ask a motherfucking white man, then motherfucking explain himself. Y'all cool with the white man not explaining his motherfucking self to you. Oh, the motherfucking black, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black community. She want my vote, she need to explain herself. You ain't motherfucking asking the white man to explain his motherfucking self. You too motherfucking scared to ask him. Motherfucking somebody need to explain something to y'all. Well, she been in the office already 3.5 years. Why she ain't do all the things she said she was gonna do? Cause she ain't the motherfucking president, that's why. When you go to the motherfucking McDonald's, that lady that's the motherfucking manager, she don't get to do what the fuck she wanna do. She might can give you some motherfucking fries, but that's about it. Some free motherfucking fries, that's about all she can motherfucking do. But she can't change the price of that motherfucking quarter pound up there. Or that motherfucking Big Mike. That ain't that motherfucking lady White House. She just like the motherfucking man. You motherfucking fall in line. Now, if you can get some motherfucking free fries out every now and again, you get some motherfucking free fries out.
All right, that's enough. I don't want to hear no more. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so Charlemagne responded to Plies, and this is what he said.
Plies is absolutely positively wrong. If people are asking questions, that's great. I don't even know why Plies is making this a black woman versus black man thing. This isn't about black men and black women. It's about elected officials and potential voters. The whole point of campaign season is for candidates to go out there and explain to the American people why they should be the one in charge of this country. Votes are earned, not given. And they are earned through you going out there and explaining yourself. Vice President Kamala Harris has to go out there and explain her agenda and why she's the person for the job. Former President Donald Trump has to go out there and explain his agenda and why he should be the person to get his job again, or get the job again. I don't understand Plies or any black person for that matter telling black people to just settle. Just accept whatever the candidate is giving you. Don't ask any questions.
Yeah, but
just
they've been
vote.
doing it.
They don't have to explain
long,
anything to us.
They've been doing it for a long time. Even with Biden, when we ask questions to Biden, well, it's the best of two evils. You know what I mean? You got to pick one. But no, if you have questions, people should be able to ask. That's the point of a politician, right? They're supposed to represent us, represent our district, represent our country. Shouldn't we ask?
And by the way, they should be explaining without us asking. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of them doing these press conferences and these meetings. Yeah. The same way these politicians have meetings for their donors and they have rallies and press conferences explaining themselves and their agendas to certain groups, they should have to explain themselves to black people the same way. Plies is 1,000,000,000% wrong.
Who do you agree with?
I'm going to have to go ahead and agree with Charlemagne to a certain point. And he talking about you ain't asking Donald Trump to explain himself. One, because 90% of the time, black folks is known to be Democrat. So they're going to have the Democratic Party. Joe Biden, explain yourself. Barack, explain yourself. Like, they ain't worried about what the other side saying. Just, what can you do for me to make sure that I'm still going to stay Democrat and vote for y'all? You don't hear it on the other side because most of the people that's like him ain't even going to openly say they Republican or openly want to know, ask those questions. So I feel like Plies is a little wrong. He ain't a little wrong. That ain't wrong.
Plies is 100%, like Charlemagne said, wrong to me. My main thing is this. Excuse me. My main thing is this. A lot of people don't even have to ask Donald Trump to explain himself because he's already been president.
And you ain't gotta ask him no questions.
We know what type of president he's gonna be. We've seen him be president. We want to know what does Kamala Harris have in store for us? You are pushing and pandering that you're this black woman and you're gonna do this for black people. Well, what exactly are you gonna do? Why can't we ask questions? This is what I don't like. And I've been on this shit for a while. People try to. And I hate this for a lot of people. I don't think this is all women, all black women. But people try to just say, because she's a black woman or because I'm a black woman, that is the scapegoat out of everything as an excuse. My whole thing is.
Just like a black woman. I'm just
yeah. Bro, saying that if you just put I'm a black woman in front of some shit, people, all right, you got it. You got it. No.
Niggas are scared to talk to them black women.
Yeah, Kamala. No, you are trying to get the responsibility of being in control of our military, in control of the whole United States. Everybody else gets bills passed for their communities. Our community is suffering the worst. We want to know, what can you do for us? Why do you deserve our vote? We're not just going to vote for you because, oh, she's a black woman. No, nigga. I already see what Fonnie Willis out here doing. You think I'll go vote for her because she's just a black woman? No, I want her to fuck out of here. She seems emotional, right? I want to know, how are you going to handle this when it's times of pressure and you got to protect this country? What you going to do? We should deserve to have some type of dialogue, some type of questioning. Like he said, that's part of campaigning. So I don't understand that. The reason, folks, we not even questioning Trump is because we've already seen what he done did.
Showed his hand already.
Plus, we know at this point, in my personal opinion, I think Trump is really just running for president to protect himself.
That nigga trying to turn this shit into a dictator.
He's trying to get rid of.
That nigga said we ain't got to vote no more after this.
Yeah. That nigga Trump is trying to get rid of all the charges against him and things of that nature.
Can you pardon yourself?
Yeah. From what I know. He's trying to pardon himself. He gonna fire all them folks. He probably gonna launch some type of investigation on them folks.
Gonna get Thug out of jail January 6th.
Callie, can you bring me your mom's charger, please? Or get your charger out of that room. I need it really quick. ASAP. Pronto, thank you. Yeah, so, I mean, what else can you do? You know what I mean? Like, do you think Plies is getting paid? Because, like, his whole page is dedicated to Kamala Harris now. Like, it's not, like, rapping shows. Like, he's going on live just talking about Kamala Harris. Like, and I've seen people like Dr. Umar saying they offer him $10,000 to interview or promote Kamala Harris. He's saying that they did that with Steve Harvey, and all these people are getting payola. Do you think that Plies is getting payola to talk about her? Because I never knew him to be as interested in politics as he is now. Please hurry up, please.
Yeah, man. He might be getting some.
Thank you.
He might be getting some payola.
How much you think that man get?
That probably got in there about 20.
Little 20 bands?
Little 20, man. He said, shit, I'll take it. Plies ain't the type of nigga that's gonna be like, nah, I need 100 or I need it. You give me a little 20 bands just for me to talk.
I mean, Plies is very intelligent too. You know, he went.
No, I'm saying this shit he liked it.
No, I'm saying like that. That's probably why he wants to do it, because I think it might be a slight interest anyway. But I do think that also, you know, the money don't hurt. Yeah. The money don't hurt now. You know what I mean? So, did you see what Anthony Edwards said?
Shout out to the North. That nigga a damn fool, man.
Anthony Edwards ain't from the fucking North, nigga.
That shit, I heard he was.
Hell no. Anthony Edwards is from goddamn Oakland City, bro. That nigga from the hood. He hood. Jaylen Brown. You must be thinking about Jaylen Brown, bro. Jaylen Brown is from the North, but he went to Wheeler. You know what I'm saying? He left the North and went to Wheeler. But I think that's who you're getting it confused with. But Anthony Edwards said that Michael Jordan's era nobody had skill but Michael Jordan. So on Club Shay Shay, they did a live stream, and they was I think they was in Atlanta. They was in Atlanta.
I was mad I didn't make it.
Yeah.
I thought the day of.
And Magic, I didn't even know they was doing it. And Magic Johnson responded to Anthony Edwards. This is what he said.
Anthony Edwards just said the other day.
Or maybe this was InvestFest. This was InvestFest. This was InvestFest.
The other day, that there really wasn't any skilled players in the NBA back in the day outside of Michael Jordan. That's what he said. Your response to that, Irvin Magic Johnson?
Well, you know, I don't never respond to a guy that's never won a championship. There's not nothing to really say. He didn't win a college championship. I don't know if he even won a high school championship. So,
damn. Hold on. Let replay that real quick.
Back in the day outside of Michael Jordan. That's what he said. Your response to that, Irvin Magic Johnson?
Well, you know, I don't never respond to a guy that's never won a championship. There's not nothing to really say. He didn't win a college championship. I don't know if he even won a high school championship. So
Now, let me say this. Anthony Edwards did win a state championship with Holy Spirit private school and high school. So he won that. He went to Georgia. He didn't win no championship basketball. And he hasn't won one in the league. But is that a valid answer from Magic Johnson to you?
It's not. There's a lot of people, greats, that can speak on that haven't won a championship. I think that was just the easy way. I wanted to talk shit.
He hit him with the Shaq. You know how Shaq always tell Charles Barkley, even when Charles Barkley started making sense, he said, "You ain't win no championship."
That's what I said. That was just a way to sun that nigga real quick, put a little flex on it, talk some shit, and like, all right, we ain't even gonna entertain this shit.
Yeah. I actually think
I don't even put Magic and Jordan in the same era. I know they played against each other, but they
not really. They can't. Well, he was there like 4-5 years before.
Yeah, that nigga was on the way out.
He was mid. He was mid there, and then when he beat Magic in the championship, that was kind of like the end of Magic's career. What I will say is, I think Anthony Edwards is absolutely incorrect. I think that he's using the wrong word. I think that he's misconstruing skill with athleticism, because a lot of players from MJ's era were like in the 90s and late 80s and stuff have skill. A lot of people have skill because they don't have the athleticism. You have to have skill to play. So like what I'm saying is like the Michael Finleys, Nick Van Exels, GPs, just players from that era, like Isaiah Thomas, all them people, Mitch Richmond, Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler was athletic, but a lot of those people are skilled, but they don't have the athleticism. Hence is why the game was so physical. Because if you were athletic like Michael Jordan and they couldn't keep up with you, what do you do when somebody's bigger, faster, stronger than you? You foul them.
Yeah.
But I think they had skill. I just think that the problem is they weren't as athletically advanced as Michael Jordan. So that's why I think he was wrong at. I definitely disagree with Magic just saying, well, you ain't win no championship, nigga.
Well, you know the young niggas don't respect that shit.
Yeah. I just think that just goes for every generation, bro. Every generation is supposed to be better than the past generation. So, like, he got to be careful with this rhetoric, because what's going to happen is the next niggas are going to be saying that about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be something that they do better. Like, they're going to say, oh, y'all niggas just shot threes and dunked. That's it. Y'all didn't really play the game of basketball.
Right.
Whereas to maybe the one before that with like the Tracy McGrady's and all that was like, oh, y'all didn't do this, or things of that nature. So it's always gonna be a complaint, and it's only gonna be so long before these niggas start saying that about you, Anthony Edwards. So yeah,
One day you always gonna become the old nigga.
Yep. That's one thing you guaranteed. So Keith Lee, they saying Keith Lee got exposed, man. They saying Keith Lee got exposed. Now,
I heard that nigga wasn't even in DC.
he was in DC. So Keith Lee went to DC over the past week and a half or something to that nature. And he's getting slammed by DC. They're saying everything. He one of his first complaints was he's saying that DC, all of their restaurants is geared heavily towards alcohol. Right? Now, as an Atlanta native, I know exactly what he's saying. But he was complaining about that. So let's talk about that real quick. I didn't understand the complaint because my first thing was like, nigga, nobody's forcing you to buy alcohol. You know what I mean? Right. That was kind of like my complaint. But I don't know. Maybe do you see it a different way? Like, how do you feel about that?
I see what he was saying as far as it pushes the alcohol more than the food. Like, the alcohol was more important than them taking the time and putting the effort in the food.
So that's what you think he was saying.
That's what I think. That's what I got from it without knowing any. He may not have actually been there part.
Yeah,
but that's what I got from it.
Yeah, I mean I can see that. I can see that for sure. So the main thing that happened was he posted a picture, and he was saying that there was 12. He went to like 12 different restaurants, and he's not even going to waste his time posting these restaurants because, or he's going to post them unanimously because his goal isn't to go in on these restaurants. His goal was just to, he's trying to uplift and give the people good reviews and things of that nature. He was having a hard time finding good restaurants. So he posted up one picture, and it turns out that it was actually like a Google review of the restaurant. So they said he never even went to the restaurant. He just took a screenshot and posted it. Now, it took him a day to respond to that. And the way he tried to twist it was basically saying like, that's why I unanimously put this up because I Googled the restaurant before I went and I saw this. And what happened is it's just a part of the experience that I've had in DC. So when people tell me this restaurant and I Googled it and I looked at it and I was like, nah, I basically posted that up because it was part of the experience. That's what he said.
That wasn't his experience?
Exactly. It wasn't his plate. So that's what everybody in DC is mad. And they're saying like, is this what you've been doing? They kind of like, and then he posted up another video of him in the car. And he said that basically like the food stank because of the oil that they cooked it in, things of that nature.
Me being a fast food worker before my first job, that shit is 100% true. You can smell the grease before you walk in there.
Yeah, so he said, fuck it. I guess in my opinion, well, I had a question. I guess I'll do that. Everyone was saying like he went to the wrong places. He wasn't talking to the right people. I felt like he did that in Atlanta too, in my personal opinion.
I don't think every place he went bad. I think any.
I'm not saying that.
Everywhere he go, folks is gonna say that. Like when he was in New York, they said that.
Bro, the nigga said he didn't really. The New York review I thought was kind of crazy, bro. Because to me, New York got the best food. New York, Chicago, and New Orleans. Those are like the best 3 places to eat.
I'm gonna say, for me, I'm just going New Orleans and Atlanta.
I think Atlanta has good restaurants, but Chicago. Have you ever been to Chicago?
No, I haven't been to Chicago yet. That's next summer. New York was just.
I think New York has so many options. The pizza place I went to in New York.
And the empanadas was good.
Man, the pizza place I went to in New York, that shit was so good, bro. I was like, I was in Bushwick. I was like, bro, I ain't never had no pizza this good, bro. Like, this is the best pizza that I've ever had in my life. Like, and it's just like so accessible. Like, and it's accessible to just eat food in New York. But do you think that if you could switch a little bit how Keith Lee does his operation, how would you switch it up? Like, what would you advise him to do?
I mean, I know he want to get treated fairly, and I get why he do it the way he do. But you gotta walk into these restaurants. Niggas need to know that it's actually you there. Like,
if you really want
to
the honest,
stay in line. Like, if you worried about them trying to move you to the front and do it, no, nigga, stay in line, pay like you normally pay, and shit, do it that way. Or be in line and have somebody 2 or 3 people in front of you, and or actually order what you gonna eat or some shit. But niggas need to see your face in there now because you can't just goddamn be.
We got Yannick in the building. What's happening?
Your word ain't good no more after this Google shit. So you can't just be sitting in the car. We gotta assume you actually eating the shit from the place.
Bro, one of my first complaints would be stop getting takeout orders, bro. I feel like you don't have the full food experience.
That shit ain't as hot.
Yeah, eating takeout. That's my main problem for one. Like, whenever you get takeout, everything is put on the side, the sauces and everything. Like, if I go to the Mexican restaurant up the street right now, when I eat that shit inside of the restaurant where they can prepare it, put everything on there, things of that nature, bro, that shit be hidden. When I go to the restaurant to pick the food up, I gotta sprinkle the cheese on there, put the sauce and all that shit. It just don't taste the same. Like I don't know what it is. Like I don't know. And then ain't no telling how long it's just been sitting there. I don't know. Like that's the main problem for one. Two, I feel like he kind of going to get like some of the same food just in different places.
Don't quote me on it, but I don't think he eat either pork or beef or pork and beef. So his main options is gonna be seafood.
Well, shit.
I mean, but you gotta remember, niggas. He just did this shit on TikTok. Like, why are y'all taking this?
Yeah, y'all can't take this shit for law, bro.
Like I said, he's not a food critic. This nigga's not gonna be on Food Network judging and. Like,
he can say he's not a food critic, but at the same time, we've seen him criticize food.
No, I'm saying he is, but like,
he's not a chef. He's not like a master
he ain't go to
chef.
School for this.
Like if you I seen Joe Budden say like if you tell him to tell you what the seasonings are and things of that nature, like he not gonna be able to do that.
But I mean, the good thing about it is, I mean, he got the following. He helping the restaurants out. Like, he doing good for the community. That
Google one was fucked up.
I just think the DC shit. He just, I don't even know if the nigga was in DC, honestly.
I only know he was in DC because it's a nigga named Ant Glizzy that used to be with Shy Glizzy. The nigga has like he knows the restaurants that he was at. Like he went to a Asian restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, and got some food and he liked it, and so he basically paid them $1,000 so everybody could eat all day. Right, and then he went outside in the neighborhood and was telling people, "Go get some free food. Go get some free food. I paid $1,000. Go get some free food." Shit like that. Yeah, basically, and that's what Ant Glizzy was saying, and he was just saying like, "Yeah, he in DC because I know that restaurant." But I don't know, man. It's just something that just don't be rubbing me the right way. I feel like not that I don't think he's a bad person or anything. I just think that he's going about things wrong, in my personal opinion. Like you said. Go into these restaurants, sit down, bro. And my whole thing is like, I guess my overall goal would be this: like let's say these mom and pop restaurants. Maybe they are. Some people do be saying, "Come to this restaurant." Some of them, it's like they're getting recommended from other people. Yeah. And you go into these restaurants, and then like you give them a not so solid review, and it's kind of like, damn. We didn't ask for that, or like, you know what I mean? And I get you want to catch them on, a regular day. Sometimes restaurants ain't having the best days. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel like I would prefer if I'm Keith Lee, I would really want him to come into the restaurant, sit down. We know it's Keith Lee. Let me show you what we're capable of on our best day. Let me put my shit forward. Look here, and then they gotta live up to that. You know what I mean? So. But it is what it is. I ain't no food critic either. Shout out to Keith Lee. Continue to keep doing your work. It is what it is, man. You ready for what's the scenario, man? I wasn't going to talk about Cam Newton, but I think we should. Matter of fact, we'll do a quick talk about Cam Newton. Did you see the clip that was going viral with Cam Newton? Yo. Oh, he must have went to the bathroom, y'all. All right, well, shit. Let me go to the Cam Newton clip. I'm going to show y'all this Cam Newton clip while we here. Hold on. Let's find the Cam Newton clip. Here you go. No, you good. I'm showing them the Cam Newton clip real quick.
A lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
Okay, so I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
By how many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women? What's the intent of this
want God
about your wife?
I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay.
My desire to get married.
So he just said he has 8 kids by 3 different women, and he wants more. She said, with the same women, like, do you plan to marry any of them? And he said, I just want God to bring them. Translation, I don't give a fuck if it's about them or if it's about some new bitches.
I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay.
My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
So he basically saying that he's gonna continue to have children, but he's taking his time with marriage because he has a fear of divorce. In my personal opinion, the fear of divorce sounds like he's scared to lose it all financially.
I think he said that.
Time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box.
Damn.
First off, rule number, I would not have had that conversation with a woman first. Like, I would.
Why wouldn't you? Is it because
as a black woman? But she started just talking. I got lost, dog. I just stopped listening for a second. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about right now? And she was making sense, but yeah, you shouldn't have.
I mean,
he picked the wrong person.
He was trying to say things back, but it just didn't make sense to me.
You're not gonna win that argument.
But she also, in my personal opinion, said what needed to be said.
But he's being honest with these women. He ain't leading them on. If they agree to lay down with him and have sex unprotected, knowing that he just wants kids and not marriage, don't that fall on them too?
So, yes, I agree with that part wholeheartedly too. Like, I do agree with the aspect that, like, he's not the only one that's creating these broken homes, right?
Yeah.
What I will say is him, though, being the financially overstable guy, you know that he's definitely the leader in the situations. I get, as the athlete, the millionaire, I would say I hold him a little bit more responsible than the women, because I feel like the women, of course, they're going to sit down and just have your babies if you want them to, because they want to be financially taken care of, right? So what I would say is, this goes back to the argument we had when we was talking about NBA Youngboy, and I said there's no way you can be a great father to all of those kids at once, because when you're creating some type of non-consistency with your kids, some will appreciate the fact that you paid for everything, you was there when you could, they understand what you do for a living. Some are not going to understand that. So there's going to be a resentment there. Like, and what she's saying is basically when he gets over his fear to get married, and one day he'll get married and maybe have a kid in that household, what is that going to look like to all the other kids that have the household, but you weren't there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to look a little crazy. So I think that, God damn, you got 8 kids, you want more. It's kind of like, but you're saying like, I don't know if I want to get married. I you live the life you want to live. I understand it. I understand that some people don't go by certain ideologies. It's not even the marriage. It's just like, to me, it just sounds like there's no commitment to one situation. Like, you don't. And now at 8, you can't have a commitment to one situation. You know what I'm saying? So it just sounds like, to me, like it makes more logical sense to where you could put yourself in a position to where you could be around for your kids a little bit more, like all at once. Yeah. But it is what it is. He didn't have them babies now. So it is what it is. I would just advise him not to have any more children if you plan on just.
Same way about Nick Cannon.
Yeah, I do. I think that Nick Cannon and I think Cam Newton, Nick Cannon, I think they seem like they good dudes, and they trying their best to be the best fathers that they can be, also while working and trying to get the millions, trying to run up the money. But at the end of the day, as these kids get older and you can't be there for them for certain things because your profession, and you see Nick Cannon, he's sick. He has disease and he's fighting that, all while still, like, how that nigga hustle. It's hard. You got kids in different states.
I get the broken home part, but they gonna be set.
Man, sometimes it ain't about being set though.
Yeah.
It ain't about being set. The kids don't care about the money like that. Not until they get a little older. You know what I mean? The kids don't understand the concept of money. The kids just want you to be there. And I get that you might not be there all the time because of what you do, but creating that with 8 kids, think about it, kids can't even see all of their brothers and sisters all the time like that. Maybe once a year he got all his kids together. Think about it. Like 8 kids. You got a real program. Like the mothers might not like each other. It's like just a lot that come with that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, all that makes sense. It's just I feel like as long as you're not lying to these women and that's what y'all agreed to do, then I think it's okay.
Joey Chavez, she got a rapper, I think a basketball player, and now she's pregnant by a football player. So she got 3 different baby daddies. She's creating broken homes, right? If you a baby mama and you got 3 different baby daddies, she should be the leader of creating broken homes, right?
She did. She played her part.
I think she's the leader. The same way we getting on Cam Newton.
Oh, you talking about like the leader because she's the one.
Joy Chavez. She got Bow Wow. Is that Joy Chavez?
I think that's her name. Bow Wow Future.
Bow Wow Future, and now what's the name from the Cowboys?
Not Parson.
The cornerback. What's the name, brother?
Shit, it'll come to me.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But you got 3 baby daddies.
I think she may be
So she's creating the broken homes, right?
Yeah, I would have to put it on her.
Yeah, so the same way
I
like
would say her and Future will be sharing.
Well, we all know Future creates broken homes.
That's a sharing, but when it comes to Bow Wow and
Blaze, Franklin, cut that shit out.
And a football player, I think it's a little different. She's definitely the head. Her and Future are just.
I just think point blank, she chasing a check and having children with these niggas because she chasing the check, right? She ain't taking no proper birth control. She ain't doing whatever she can to avoid keep having kids by random niggas. I feel like she's
not having kids by random niggas. She's good by niggas.
Yeah, she's strategically having kids by niggas with money, millionaires.
She's trying to make sure she's set.
She's definitely set. So, Diggs, there we go, Trayvon Diggs. So, my whole thing is this. I seen when people was on, all these women was on Cam Newton, which rightfully so. But then they flipped the script on Twitter and said, well, what about Joey Chavez? Because she keeps getting pregnant by this nigga, and this nigga, and this nigga. And the women were saying, no, it's the niggas, because it's the guys. The guy's supposed to lead, and this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, you're the Bow Wow. That was Bow Wow's first kid with her. This is Trayvon Diggs. I think this is his first kid. Maybe he got a kid. I'm not sure.
Diggs, that's exactly who he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my whole thing is though, like, as the woman, you're having multiple baby dads. Why can't when Cam have multiple baby moms? What's the difference? I don't think there's a difference. I think that the men are absolutely correct in this situation. The women were just making excuses. So I think that both can create broken homes. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's my thing. What do you even consider a broken home? What's a broken home?
See, to me, my broken home sounds different than these situations.
Mm-hmm.
Broken home is really when one parent is not present at all. Whether they're not financially, physically, not at all there. I feel like if we take like a Cam Newton or a Nick Cannon, where I feel like financially they're there and physically they're there as much as possible as they can be between working their other 20 kids. Like, I feel like there's still some effort there. He probably still calls.
Well,
I don't think that's.
I was
not as
with
broken.
you until you said he's with them as much as he can between his 20 kids. That's where I guess the idea of a broken homes comes.
That's the problem right there.
Because if, let's say that he had 8 kids by one woman, then he's in that home every day with all of his kids, and they all get to experience a family bond, right? Most likely. Whereas to when Pops, let's say that the kids, as these kids get older, they might be going through something, and they might just want to go outside and throw the football with Pops and talk to him, but you can't. And he's with the other kid in California when the other kid is in Atlanta, and it's like, I can't talk to him. This ain't really something I want to talk to over the phone, or I got to do this, or I got to hold this in. So I kind of get it when they say create a broken home. Now, some homes are more broken than others. I'll say that.
But you got to think, this is coming from a person that hadn't dealt with a broken home. So that's why I guess my view on it may be a little different because I haven't.
I mean, you're correct, and you're correct. I'll say this. I'll say a broken home though is just like it still levels to broken homes. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, because I just
still
think
levels.
Broken is just where somebody's not present at all. Like,
I mean, you know what?
Like I said with my daughter,
you
like,
know,
nigga, I'm very present.
Yeah,
I don't feel like that's a broken home because it's two different homes, but
yeah, I mean, it definitely helps when your daughter lives down the street.
Yeah,
you could still go see your daughter any day of the week at any moment in time. I think Cam is creating broken homes
because it's all over the United States.
It's probably all over the place. We know for sure Nick Cannon is all over the place. Like, they asking him questions in interviews. If they both graduate the same day, what you gonna do? How you gonna, and they in 2 different states, how you gonna do that? Things of that nature. So that's what we would consider a broken home, in my personal opinion. So let's get it. Let's get time for that. Here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Say what? What's the scenario?
Hey.
Shout out to Brian Ashford too for helping us out.
Ash, what's good, man? Damn. Hey, we're gonna put your what's the scenario on the next pod. I couldn't.
He got a what's the scenario?
Yeah, but it's too long, and I forgot to write it out.
All right. Hey, y'all, shut up. All right. These kind of quick questions, man. These are something that I kind of found interesting. If time machines existed, what would be the first thing you do?
I'm probably go back to 07.
07?
I'm gonna go back to 07. That's when both my grandmas was alive and healthy. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. That's like, so my grandma died in December 07, so probably like that summertime before.
Yeah.
I think it was the last time I was with both of them. Not trying to serious it out too much, but that would just be my first thought.
If I had a time machine,
then after that,
I'll probably.
Hold on, I'll say something.
Go ahead.
I'm going to the Cowboys last Super Bowl game.
As like a what? A 4 or 5 year old?
Nah, I'm going as my age now, but I'm taking the time machine just to get back there so I can witness it as an adult. So y'all niggas can stop saying I ain't never witnessed it as a.
All right. If I had a time machine, I'll probably go back to like the summer of going to 9th grade. Like, I'll start high school over and redo all the things right. Like, I wasn't the best student. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was a really good athlete. Could have did a little better, working hard. I feel like with my talents, abilities, I could have really went somewhere. Things that I just always think about, like, damn, I could have did this, I could have did that. I feel like if I just started high school over again and just really went for things how I needed to go for them, I'll do that.
Damn, if I went back to that, I might not know none of y'all niggas because I damn sure wouldn't have left Virginia.
I mean, you can't control that. Your
No,
parents.
I got the. I mean, my pops asked me. Nigga, I thought I was gonna cut out here. Shit, it's gonna be sweet. Nigga, I'm gonna hop back right in the same spot I was in out there. Cause I damn sure.
But I'm saying you had an option not to leave?
Yeah.
So you was going. Well, you saying like he's saying like, hey, we're not gonna move unless y'all.
He literally said.
Do you think he really was gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know my dad like, or he would have made arrangements to where if I knew sports wise, I would have stayed with a family member or something. Mm-hmm. Just like I said, we had Brian to tell you in the chat, bro. We had our teams was goddamn solidified. The niggas won state the year I left. Mm. So it's like shit. If I'd have known that then, I probably wouldn't have came here until after I graduated.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is probably a plethora of things I would have did, but that's one of them. If you had to pick a historical era to live in, which one would it be and why?
I'm gonna be an adult like my age now in the 90s.
Okay.
I want to see like just the club scene, coming down the freak nigga, getting to enjoy it, being outside. Like
Holmes would have got that state championship ring with us NBA. That's what he said.
Yeah, and that man, that shit still pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, I would have the 90s, just the different fashion and shit. Just I want to go to New York and smoke some sour, like. Like I said, nigga, if I was down here just being in a certain clubs when certain celebrities was here.
If you was here in the 90s, you would have been Freaknik. You would have experienced Freaknik. You know what I'm saying? Things like that in Atlanta. Like,
you know, like the college weeks in Florida's and shit. But you know that shit was different back then. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think I would pick the 90s, man. That was just a great time. Sports.
Yeah.
See my Cowboys again. What you going with, man?
I want to say the 70s. Like the disco era when niggas was goddamn snorting coke in the middle of the club and dancing to Ring My Bell. Right. Niggas was listening. Like, it just seemed carefree. I not that I don't want to do no coke, but I'm just saying, like,
I don't know, nigga, in the 70s, that shit wasn't frowned upon.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, I love disco music. For one, I listen to that shit every Saturday. I love like the black disco era. I like the fros, the silk shirts, you know what I'm saying? The bell bottle you in that bit, you know what I mean?
The pants was too tight, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They was probably eating food without all the GMO in it and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Smoking good mid.
Do it just for the smoking the good shit with no chemicals.
Smoking natural weed, you know what I'm saying? Like the pricing, the housing market was down. Black people were succeeding. We were middle class. You know what I'm saying? This is like when Compton was white, like shit like that. Like we didn't have some of the problems. We definitely didn't have the problems that we have now. Like this is the worst time to be an adult.
Right.
Like this was probably like back then though. Like that shit just seemed like it was fun and carefree. Like, you know, so I say the 70s, goddamn. Like something like that before crack hit. So I definitely don't want to be in the 80s. But the 70s, yes. We own it. That's how I look at it.
Then again, nigga, I would go back to the 2000s too.
2000s as what? As a teenager? Or as an adult?
Probably as a teenager again, man.
2000s was fun. I'm not
like,
opposed to that.
Like 2007 to about 2011, and just do that shit the right way. Mm-hmm. But that shit have been a great time.
I feel you. If you were a dictator of a small country, what crazy dictator things would you do?
If you get found guilty of rape, that's punishment by death.
You took mine. Eye for an eye. That's what I think. Like if you take a life, you lose your life.
You take a life by not
like
that's not self-defense.
It's senseless.
It's senseless. Like you weren't trying to defend yourself in any type of way, or it wasn't an accident. You're out of here.
You're out of here.
I'm gonna torture you for a while, and then you out of here.
Rape is a punishable death. You probably get stoned to death.
Nah, rape.
Everybody get a rock.
We chopping off limbs
in front of
one
everybody.
arm at a time.
In front of everybody too. Yeah. We doing that. No property tax.
Fuck
none of that
tax,
shit.
nigga.
None of that shit. No tax. Period. Fuck that. No taxes. But maybe I'll do a tax where everybody got to put into a pot, and like when you vote, we got to figure out where this money going. Like maybe vote local. Everybody has to mandatory vote locally, so we can see if like is it the roads, is it this, that, and the third, and then we'll shit like that. Like we're gonna make people vote mandatory, and we'll figure that out. But other than that, like just us trying to just steal money from you, no. You know what I'm saying? I would do that. Other than that, I'm not sure what else I'll be out here doing.
You got one more? Or you done?
I got one more.
I think I can sum Brian's up now.
All right.
Well,
okay, I'll do this one and you do that one. All right. If you can go back in time and uninvent something, what invention would you erase from history?
An invention.
I know what I do. A weapon. Any type of weapon. Anything that can kill somebody, like a bomb, a gun.
So you just want everybody to goddamn learn how to use them 2 hands.
You either gonna knuckle up. At the worst, you knuckling up. Yeah, that's it. No guns, no bombs, no poisons. Anything that could be used as a weapon.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was trying not to say this answer. I was trying to think of something else. Man, social media, dog.
Social media, that's
cool
one of them.
No social media, bro. Life is fun with no social media.
I can see that.
I still want like YouTube and other shit like that, but just actual social media when niggas got a voice. I hate too many people having a voice and able to comment on shit.
It's gotten out of hand.
Yeah, like everybody think they got something, like their opinion matters that much. They right because they said the shit. Man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because I hate when I get on, even with my YouTube channel, bro, like niggas be on my shit and they just want to argue. Like I be commenting sometimes back to them and I talk and I'm just trying to have a regular discussion and niggas feel like they can insult you and everything, which I done got numb to it. It don't bother me, but it's just funny to me because it's like niggas won't talk like they do on the internet in your face. Like, so I can imagine what like a celebrity and shit has to go through because a nigga say some crazy shit to you online, but when they see you, you know they wouldn't never say that. So it does get a little weird. I'll say that for sure. What's up? Hit us with the other one.
All right, man. Make up some names real quick.
Cutting
Sticky, and Taquisha.
Okay, and Taquisha.
Been together for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting Sticky, he get tired. He worked 2 jobs, but he likes to use the VR glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Taquisha never knows what he's looking at on those. One day, Sticky takes off the VR glasses in the middle of the night. She woke up, she saw him looking at something, didn't think nothing of it. He goes to the bathroom, she picks it up and see that this nigga is looking at some girl on OnlyFans.
On the VR glass.
On the VR glass.
So like virtual porn, basically, type shit.
Yeah. She proceeds to cuss him out, kick him out, and leave him.
Damn.
Is she overreacting?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask this question again when a girl's here, too.
So, wait. So, was she not... I'm confused. Was she not getting what she needed from him? Or that's not even...
No, I think the issue, she considered that he's cheating on her.
Okay.
And by basically looking at OnlyFans.
First of all, it sounds to me like y'all should probably have y'all should have been had a discussion on like your views, like about like Prime.
Hold on, I'm sorry. And on top of that, he knows the girl personally.
Like knows her, like I see her all the time, like or like I went to school with her.
Yeah, they know each other. Like
okay, like basically she's accessible.
Yeah.
Okay, my first thing I would say somebody need to have a conversation about views on Prime. They need to figure that out and come to some type of agreement. 2, I definitely understand why she's upset that you're looking at a girl who's accessible, looking at her OnlyFans live on the fucking virtual reality.
That nigga can't support a friend?
No. I get it. I get that.
I still think she overreacted.
I do think that she's overreacting. But maybe that's what he need to do is just go ahead and leave and let her cool off a little bit and come back and talk to her.
But she's ready to end everything.
I mean, I guess if that's her views, then that's her views.
But do you view that as cheating? Do you think a woman...
If he didn't tell me that, if I had known that it wasn't with somebody that he knew, then I would be like, nah, she's absolutely tripping. They just need to come to agreement about watching Prime, right? But he complicated shit for sure when it was a girl that he knew. Because now she's going back and looking like all the times that you're so bold enough to even look at that in front of my face. Or like while I'm in the bed.
I thought you were
So you sneaking. How many times have you been looking at this while you was sitting on the couch and I was frying chicken and shit?
How many times I asked you about who you looking at on porn? You might have known them niggas. I don't know.
That's not a good argument back. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's not a good argument back. I think that while it might come off as a little harsh, her morals is her morals. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, bro,
I
like
think she tripping. She was looking for an out.
No, I don't think she's looking for an out.
She's definitely looking for an out.
How is she looking for an out?
Nigga, you gonna leave me because of OnlyFans? Just because I know the bitch?
It's not because it's OnlyFans. It's because you're looking at somebody you know OnlyFans. He might be talking like, hey, I know this girl on Instagram, or I know her, and you looking at it, and you laying right next to me. Imagine your girl laying right next to you in bed, and she's looking at the nigga that she went to school with OnlyFans. She's watching him jerk off. How you gonna feel? You gonna be like,
bro, you
what?
reverse this shit. It's different between niggas.
How you gonna feel? No. How you gonna feel?
I ain't gonna think it's cheating. I'm like, damn, like, you really
nah, bro, you better than me. I'm gonna be like, I don't know if you want to call it cheating. Don't call it cheating. I really don't care. I'm not fucking with this. I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna break up with you right then and there. I don't know.
Niggas, I don't know.
But it's possible. I can see how it's possible for her to break up with him, because that's disrespectful. We in the same bed.
Okay. So what if she just picked up the glasses, the nigga just got home, and you see it? Like, say they not in the same bed. Is the same?
Wait.
You feel the same way?
If what?
Say nigga just got home from work, he set the glasses down,
and she
looked at it, and she saw it. Like, you don't know when he was looking at it. That's just the last thing he was looking at.
It's still just equally as damaging.
Because they know each other, or because she's accessible.
Do the girl even know that you looking at her shit?
I mean,
like,
she saw me subscribe. If she know my username,
no, I ain't fucking with it.
So you telling me you ain't never scrolled on Twitter and you see somebody naked, and you ain't looked twice?
No, not. To be honest with you, no, I don't really care. Just look at the OnlyFans. I don't really know too many people that with an OnlyFans that I know. I've seen a few of them, like they got OnlyFans, but I never really looked.
Okay.
I never really looked, so I know one. I know one is like a stripper, so I've seen her at the club, but I don't even get dances from her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like it's weird to me. Like,
yeah, I feel you, bro. That shit weird as hell.
Oh no, man, that shit get a little crazy, but hey, man, appreciate everybody coming through. You know what I'm saying? That's a reoccurring question that we gonna ask. I appreciate y'all.
Get up! Yeah, that nigga! Hey, yo, what the fuck?
We gonna holler.